Unification of Germany. So look at here map 2, which is Europe after the Congress of Vienna 1815. In 1815, Congress of Vienna held at Vienna, which is the capital city of Austria, right? That was here. Understand? So this was the Europe map. This Europe map, what do you see here? There are several kingdoms, right? Can you show me here Germany? There is no Germany in this map. In place of Germany, you will identify here several kingdoms. Those are Prussia, Galicia, Bavaria, right? Hanover. These are all kingdoms. So after Congress of Vienna, Europe was split into several kingdoms. This was the Europe map. Understand? So in place of Germany, there were several kingdoms up to the 19th century. It was with several small kingdoms. Germany, this was divided into many small kingdoms. All these small kingdoms were placed once upon a time under Holy Roman Empire, right? Once upon a time, all these German kingdoms were placed under Holy Roman Empire. In 1806 Common Era, Napoleon, who was the France ruler, he conquered some of the kingdoms where today Germany is there. Germany was split and divided into many small kingdoms. So among these small kingdoms, some of the kingdoms Napoleon occupied, that were 39 kingdoms. How many? 39 kingdoms. Understand? Napoleon occupied in its in his expansion of France. Understand? So with the 39 kingdoms, Napoleon have created a confederation that is called Rhine Confederation. What we call? Rhine Confederation. Understand? It is a Rhine Confederation that is created by Napoleon with the 39 kingdoms of several small kingdoms into the Germany was divided. Okay. In Europe, there is an important river, Rhine River. So nearby the Rhine River, these 39 kingdoms were there. So all these were clubbed, that means merged with Napoleon's success on these kingdoms and created a confederation. A confederation means a kind of association in which 39 kingdoms would work according to the Napoleon. That was the Rhine Confederation created by Napoleon. Okay. So for the first time, these 39 kingdoms were ruled by one crown prince, that is crown emperor Napoleon. So when the people of these 39 kingdoms were under one crown emperor, among these people of 39 kingdoms, a kind of unity developed based on their religion, their language, and their ethnicity, that is their race. Among all these people, certain people were same in their culture, tradition, language, and in their race. Okay, such people who were belonging to one race, one language, they felt that they were one. That what we call here nationalism. So nationalistic ideas started among the people who were same and similar in certain aspects. Okay. So with the merging of 39 kingdoms under Rhine Confederation led to development of nationalistic ideas in the Germans. When the liberals, traditionalists, and patriots, these are the people in these 39 kingdoms. Liberals who wanted freedom from the monarchical rule. They want freedom to all the people. So such people are called here liberals. And traditionalists who followed traditions and who loved their nation, those are called patriots. All these people have tasted the nationalism, so they wanted to create one own nation for them. They wanted to be separate from the rest of the people. But what happened here in 1815, the Congress of Vienna, after the defeat of Napoleon in the Battle of Waterloo, Napoleon was defeated. So whoever the kings lost their kingdoms to the Napoleon, they got their kingdoms back with the Congress of Vienna. So the Congress of Vienna passed a resolution that restoring the kingdoms to all those kings who had lost their kingdom. Right? So people in these kingdoms, they felt that they would get freedom. But what happened? They got freedom from the Napoleon. But once again, they were placed under the king's rule with the Congress of Vienna. So people did not like this. Understand? And one more important point is there, which developed nationalist feelings among the people, that is Zolowarin Pact. What we call Zolowarin. It's a custom union. Zolowarin is a custom union. This is the union formatted for free trade. For what? A free trade and for economic cooperation in all those kingdoms, that is 39 kingdoms which were united. Okay. So Zolowarin is a custom union formulated for regulating certain trade rules and economic cooperation. So here this Jolovarin Pact, understand, also helped the people to feel that they belongs to one race, that is German's race. When people of these 39 kingdoms were merged, and the custom union Jolovarin helped these people when they exchanged the goods, when traders traveled from one area to another area, one kingdom to another kingdom. Okay, in order to help the economic development, taxes were banned or reduced in these 39 kingdoms as per the Jolovarin Pact, that is the custom union. Okay, so this Jolovarin custom union also, it's an agreement on trade and economic cooperation. So this agreement also created a sense of unity among the Germans, understand. So this economic cooperation in 39 kingdoms among people who are belonging to one developed a political unity. Because of the custom union, 39 kingdoms were turned to a confederation. So these people wanted a political unity. That means they want to be under one common political authority, on common political rule. So among the people, political unity also developed, and that political unity among the German people made them to create their own nation, that what we call unification of Germany. Understand? Let us see that how this unification of Germany succeeded. Understand? How Germany turned to united Germany. Understand? Look at this figure 12.5. The person in the figure is Bismarck, Otto von Bismarck. He was the Chancellor of Prussia. Chancellor of Prussia, understand. He followed blood and iron policy. What is by Chancellor? Prime Minister we call. It is similar to Prime Minister, understand. So he followed blood and iron policy, Bismarck. What is mean by blood and iron policy? That means Bismarck believed that if we want to get success, that should be with waging war and shedding the blood. He believes that there will not be anything success with bilateral discussions and negotiations. Okay. He believed strongly that if we want to occupy something, or if we want to create something for the benefit of the Prussia, it would not come with a negotiation and by discussions, that is the bilateral discussions, it will not come. They have to wage war. He believed that to gain something, war has to be created. That means attack, invasion, and shedding the blood with a strong army that is resembling your iron. So with blood iron policy, Bismarck succeeded in creating unified Germany. Understand? So among several small kingdoms, Prussia was one biggest kingdom. Its ruler was William I, and Bismarck was a chancellor. Understand? Who was the ruler of Prussia? William I. And who was the chancellor of Prussia? That is Bismarck. Understand? Prussia was the biggest kingdom among several small kingdoms of Germany, what we call today. Understand? So Bismarck achieved this unification of Germany with three battles. And those three battles completed in the span of 7 years. Understand? In which he followed a blood and iron policy. This person, Bismarck, believed that every citizen has to undergo the compulsory military service. That means every citizen should work in army. That is called compulsory military services. In democratic countries it is not there. India is a democratic nation. People who are interested, they can join the military services. But when during the emergency period, every citizen has to work for their nation to show patriotism. It is the responsibility of every citizen to save the nation in emergency period. But here Bismarck made this military services as a compulsory military services. Everyone should undergo military service. That means certain period they should work for the nation. Okay. So for that he made a policy that every citizen should undergo compulsory military services. Understand? And this would strengthen the military power. When all the young people who join the military services, it increases the power of the military. Understand? So with this military strength, Bismarck separated Austria, Holland, France, which were at one place. Okay. Among several small kingdoms, some small kingdoms were under France and some under Austria and Holland. It means that the people of Germany who were belonging to one race, one language, they were scattered and living under these kingdoms, Austria kingdom, Holland, France. So in order to create a unified Germany, it is very essential to bring the people and the territories which were under Holland, Austria, France together to create the Germany. Understand? So Bismarck very cleverly manipulated his work. Understand? He used his diplomatic nature. What is my diplomatic nature? It is a plan to move in international matter for the for safeguarding the interest of their own nation. Okay. So using his diplomatic policy, he waged 3 wars and defeated Austria, Holland, France, and succeeded creating the unified Germany. Let us see that how he succeeded. Understand? The first one, the war with Denmark. Within the 7 years, he waged how many wars? 3 battles, 3 wars. First one is war with Germany. Understand? Bismarck got the first opportunity to increase the nationalist feelings of Prussians, that opening an issue of Schleswig and Holstein. Schleswig and Holstein, these were the what you call 2 territories belonging to the Germany. They were under Denmark. Understand? These 2 states are located to the north of Germany, but they were under the control of Denmark. Understand? These Schleswig and Holstein, they were independent for the past 400 years. And the people in these territories, that is Schleswig and Holstein, were Germans. Okay, so people of the Germany wanted that these two states should join with Germany, because the people in these two states also German people. They were independent for past 400 years. Then after, they were placed under Denmark by Congress of Vienna. So now Bismarck wanted this Schleswig and Holstein should join with Germany, which were under Denmark. Understand? So first he created nationalist feelings among the people living in Holstein and Schleswig. Understand? Here there was Bismarck, who was the Chancellor of Prussia. He asked Austria to give support in defeating the what Denmark. Understand? See, here Bismarck made a plan that in order to get Schleswig and Holstein, he wanted to take the support of Austria. Understand? He wanted to use the combined forces of Austria and Prussia to defeat the Denmark. Understand? So in 1865 Common Era, there war took place between Prussia and Denmark. That is called war with Denmark. So in war with Denmark, Denmark was defeated and Prussia succeeded with the support of Austria. Understand? There was an agreement between Prussia and Austria. Okay, Prussia and Austria, there was an agreement. What was that agreement? If Bismarck's success in defeating Denmark, then Holstein will be given to Austria. Schleswig will be given to Prussia. Understand? So these two places that Schleswig and Holstein, these were the two kingdoms with Denmark. Those were received by Bismarck after defeating the Denmark. So as per the agreement, Holstein was given for Austria and Schleswig was given to Prussia. So Prussia, which is the biggest kingdom among many small kingdoms, it got Schleswig. So Schleswig turned to the part of Prussia with a war with Denmark. Understand? So Schleswig has surrendered to Prussia. So Prussia got Schleswig. Then what is left for Prussia to create Germany? There is Holstein. Understand? So for that, Bismarck planned for another war, that is Astro Prussian War. Now in the second war time, Bismarck carefully, skillfully worked to bring a war between Prussia and Austria. See, he took the support of Austria and defeated the Denmark. Okay, in this war, Bismarck got, that is Prussia got Schleswig. Holstein was given to Austria. Now Bismarck wanted Holstein, which is under the control of Austria. So for that, he wanted to separate Austria from the rest of his friends. Understand? That is Russia was very close with what to call uh, Austria. So first Napoleon, that is sorry, what they call Bismarck, wanted to separate the Russia, understand. So he wanted to make Austria one, only one alone country without the friends and neighboring countries to Austria, understand. So for that he executed his cunning and what to call skillful work, understand, that could create that created a war between Prussia and Austria, understand. So that is, he wanted that Prussia should win the war in the war with the Astro Prussian War. Astro means Austria, Prussian in the sense Prussia, understand. He made friendship with the Napoleon of France, that requested him for neutrality in case of Prussia war with Austria. See, Bismarck of Prussia made one agreement with the Napoleon of France, that he requested the Napoleon to be neutral in case of Prussia war with Austria. That means he requested the Napoleon of France that not to enter into the Prussia Astro Prussian War, not to enter into the Astro Prussian War when Prussia wages war on Austria. So in that way Napoleon accepted the agreement with the Bismarck, understand. So Napoleon accepted to maintain the neutrality. So if war takes place between Prussia and Austria, then France would not interfere there, right? Then what will come to France, right? So for that Bismarck promised the France that France expansion towards Rhine river is accepted by the Bismarck. Bismarck stated that he will agree and allow the Napoleon to expand what to call the territory of the France towards Rhine, understand. So for this thing, Napoleon accepted to maintain neutrality, understand. So France was what to call separated from the Austria, right? And Russia also was separated, because he made a friendship with Russia. So Russia also separated. Then what is left? Italy, understand. Italy also, understand, he won the support of the Italia, that Venetia to Italians. Austria, under the control of Austria, Venetia was there. Okay, my dear students, this Venetia also part of the Italy that was under Austria. So if Prussia gets success on Austria, then Bismarck promised that Venetia would be given for Italy, understand. That is what the thing, understand. So here anyway Austria brought Schleswig and Holstein question before the what German died, and there Bismarck objected that it broken, Austria broken the what the agreement which was between Prussia and Austria, understand. In that way the war started what you call between Austria and Prussia, understand. The Italy, and that was under the control of Austria. So if Austria will, if Austria was defeated with war with Prussia, then Prussia stated that Venetia would be given for Italy. So Italians also what they become silent, understand. So here Holstein was given for Austria in a war with Denmark, right? Between Austria and Prussia, after the war with Denmark, one agreement took place. If any issue takes place between Holstein, that should be settled in a peaceful manner between Austria and Prussia only, right? But Bismarck created nationalist feelings in the Holstein. Okay, so the people of Holstein wanted to be with Germany. So Austria brought this issue to the what a German Diet, which is a parliament. Understand? So there, the Bismarck objected. As per the agreement, they should settle their dispute personally. But what happened here? Austria went for German Diet. That is violation of the agreement according to the Bismarck, because Bismarck wanted war with Austria. For that only he created this issue. Understand? So Bismarck objected that Austria moving to the German Diet as a breach of trust. That is what you call violating the trust by Austria, and he waged war on what you call Austria with the Prussian forces into the Holstein. Instead, in front of the German Diet, Austria kept the question of Holstein, in which Bismarck entered. So Bismarck considered it as a breach of trust by Austria, and waged war on Austria to defeat it and get the Holstein. That was the war we called Astro Prussian War.